Hey, welcome everyone. I think this is probably going to be Wednesday on the schedule they gave me. If not, whatever day you see it, it doesn't really make any difference. Okay, for me, it's Wednesday. Now, we're going to talk today about a couple of more kind of tricky questions, things that they ask all the time that, in my experience, instructors rarely, if ever, bother to even go into. Here's a question for you. A licensee should not do which of the following? A licensee should not do which of the following? A. Treat a client with seborrheic dermatitis. B. Conduct a service on a client with rosacea. C. Treat a client suffering from pityriasis. D. Remove hair from moles. Once again, a licensee should not do which of the following? What shouldn't you do? A. Treat a client with seborrheic dermatitis. B. Conduct a service on a client with rosacea. C. Treat a client suffering from pityriasis. Or D. Remove hair from moles. Now, those of you who went with answer D, remove hair from moles, you are correct. Medical science tells us you should not be tweezing out hair from a mole. Many people do. What you do is up to you. I'm telling you on the state board exam, it says do not remove hair from moles. Now, before moving on from this question, let's look at it for a minute. Okay, there's a lot of fancy Latin medical terminology going on in this question. Treat a client with seborrheic dermatitis. Seborrheic dermatitis is a problem of a person's own oil glands. They make too much oil, then they don't make enough oil. It looks kind of nasty, like a rash, but you can't catch it, so there's no problem of treating somebody who has it. It's their own immune system, their own oil glands, which first are too busy and then not busy enough. Too much, too little, too much, too little. You can't catch it, you can continue with service. Rosacea, a genetic condition you're born with. It's chronic, meaning it's never really going to go away. It usually comes right across the face, red, flushing, sometimes broken out and acne-like pimples. It tends to be flared up from many things: stress, alcohol, spicy foods, extreme temperature changes. If you got on the plane on January 1st in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and it was 100 degrees, and got off several hours later in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 100 degrees below zero, that 200-degree temperature change can flare up your rosacea. Looks nasty, you can't catch it. You can continue your service. A client with pityriasis. Pityriasis is a $64 word for dandruff. My teacher 1,000 years ago said, pity anybody who has dandruff. Stuck with me forever. Pityriasis. People have dandruff. It's dead, dry skin. You can treat the service. What do you answer on the questions? You have to know what all these words mean because these words all show up. Okay? Now we're going to do another question along the same lines as that. Okay? Which one of the following will a licensee not see when cutting the hair? This is an important question for this reason. There's always 3 or 4 what they call negative questions. Which of the following will not? It's so easy to miss that little word not. I tell my students for years, read the question slowly, carefully, a couple of times. You will not run out of time on your test. Take your time, read the question slowly, carefully, read all 4 answer choices, because they have a very nasty habit of giving you an answer that's kind of correct as answer A, but one of the following answers is much more complete. Now look at this question. Which one of the following will a licensee not see when cutting the hair? The parietal crest, the 4 corners, the apex, or the occipital? Which one of the following will a licensee not see when cutting the hair? The parietal crest, the 4 corners, the apex, or the occipital? Let's think about that. The occipital is this bone back here, right at the base of your skull. It's very obvious on some people, not so obvious on others, but it's there. It's not going anyplace. It's a bone at the base of your skull. The apex is the highest part of your skull, so of course you're going to see that. The parietal ridge is the bones on the side. You're going to see this. What you're not going to see are the 4 corners. You can find the 4 corners and there's a question that very specifically says, how do you find the four corners? You take two diagonal lines, like two combs or two pencils, you put them here in an X form on the apex, and that gives you the four corners. Now, honestly, why you'd want to do this, I don't know. I've had my license 43 years. I've owned several shops, a school, I worked with many people. I've never seen anybody do this. I don't even know why you would do this, except to satisfy your state board exam question. You don't see the four corners, you find them by placing an X on the apex. So what does the question say? Which of the following will a licensee not see? There's the operative word, see. When doing a haircut, the parietal crest, the four corners, the apex, or the occipital. Now, again, we cannot go over every question. This video would go on for the entire day, and I don't think anybody could sit there and watch it all day. We try to keep the video short, under 10 minutes. You can watch them quickly. You're going to school, or you're sitting in Starbucks if you want, wherever you are, it's easy. If you want more information, visit our website, www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com. And for the barbers, estheticians, and nail technicians out there, it's not just about cosmetology. We have everything. On the left side of the page, you will see, beginning with cosmetology, barber, aesthetics, nail technology. We have every question for all of you. Just visit us, www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com. Those who prefer speaking on the phone, give us a call. We have both English and Spanish people available to speak with you. 760-534-4434.